Where do I begin? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We had to put our dog down, which really sucks. Originally, I wasn't going to make any video, make any Facebook post, anything about having to put our dog down. But Hans, this is funny. Hans had quite the reputation in our town, our local area. Not everybody, a lot of people knew about Hans. Very few people ever got the chance to get to know Hans on a personal level because he was super aggressive. And I got him that way, and I got him very specifically for a very specific reason, because he was aggressive. And if you know a little bit about my past and my history, I used to build custom cars, and I had a custom car shop, and we had this big fenced-in area where we used to store a lot of vehicles that were at the shop while they were being worked on and whatnot. And we weren't far from a really bad part of town, and we used to have a lot of break-ins. And the people would hop the fence, they'd smash windows on cars, they'd steal radios, they'd steal high-end products out of cars, seats, all kinds of stuff. And after about 30 break-ins, I was like, man, I don't know how to combat this. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a dog. I'm going to get a dog to protect this space and all that kind of stuff. So I got a lead from somebody I knew, and they were like, hey, man, I know about a dog. I think you should go check out. He's a German Shepherd. And I was like, perfect. I come from a family of, having German Shepherds. I love German Shepherds. I would love to go see this dog. I entered this place and I walked around. Somebody's leading me to where he was, and I walk around this corner. He's in a big kennel, big fenced-in kennel thing, and he attacked the gate of the fencing of this kennel like he wanted to rip my throat out. Hans literally wanted to kill me when I first met him, and I was terrified. I jumped back probably 5 feet, even though there was a fence there. I was like, oh, dang. This dog is crazy. Very aggressive, very protective, loved to show his teeth. And I was like, perfect. Like, this is the dog I need. Well, then they take me out and they put me inside of a fenced-in area outside with him, where he continued to want to kill me. And I'm sitting over there like an idiot, just like kind of, come here, buddy. Come here. And eventually he warmed up to me. Then, like, we kind of got to know each other there. I was like, this dog is awesome. He's perfect. I want this dog. Like, where do I sign? And from that day on, Hans never left my side. He was like my shadow. He followed me around everywhere. Well, maybe not everywhere, because I couldn't take him out in public because of his aggression and the way he was, and I needed him at the shop. So at the shop, he followed me around everywhere. He had a dog house there during the day when customers were around. He had a dog house with AC and the whole 9 yards. It was really nice. But it was there at the shop where he gained this reputation. Customers started to know that he was there, and tow truck drivers, when they would drop off cars late at night, had to leave him outside the fenced area. Police officers are obviously aware of the situation with all the break-ins, and they would do patrols, and then they got to know about Hans. So, I'd get these text messages from some of my friends who were tow truck drivers and police officers and stuff, at 2, 3 in the morning, pictures of Hans just trying to eat them through the fence as they were out there doing whatever they were doing, dropping off cars and patrolling the area and stuff. And Hans got this reputation around town, which I feel like I need to share this so that everyone kind of knows that Hans passed and that he lived an awesome life beyond the shop, because no one's really gotten to see him or hear much about him since then. Hans, those girls adore you, don't they?
Yes.
Kendall, how much do you love Hans? That much? Yeah, me too. He just doesn't love other people that much. Yeah. Do you, Hans?
Because he's a German Shepherd. Yeah, he's such a good boy.
But then eventually we moved shops, and we didn't need him at the shop anymore, and we were able to bring him home, where he became just an awesome pet to have at home. He was awesome security. Brandy in particular felt very safe when she was home with Hans and I was out traveling or out of the country or wherever I was. And there was a sense of security knowing that everything was fine, that Hans would take care of her. Not that we live in like a bad neighborhood, we haven't really had any worries about that, but it's just that sense of being comfortable and safe, and that Hans is going to take care of you. But I feel especially grateful that we were able to take Hans with us on the RV trip last year, where you guys got to see him a little bit and got to know him a little bit. And he wasn't doing great then either, you know. I mean, he couldn't really walk very well. I had to carry him in and out of the RV. And now there was a lot of factors that went into the decision to put him down. And obviously his health being the biggest and most important factors. Like, you know, he was 14 years old. He's an old dog. His hips were really giving out. He couldn't support himself very well. I've been carrying him in and out of the house, up and down the stairs, both at this house and our last house for almost 2 years now. I've had to do a lot of carrying in and out of the RV on our trip and that sort of thing. He's got vestibular disease, which is an inner ear thing, which causes balance issues. So on top of his hips not working well, he didn't have balance, so he was falling over, running into doors, hitting walls, that sort of stuff. And then he just couldn't hold it anymore. He was going to the bathroom in the house all the time. So it was like, okay, we're really kind of pushing our capabilities of properly taking care of him and like balancing of quality of life for himself and for us. I mean, it was always a big burden because we're also trying to take care of Kendall and deal with her cancer situation and that sort of thing, which is the kind of the second part of the consideration of the timing of putting Hans down, because we're getting ready to have to do this stem cell transplant with Kendall, and we're going to be out of here for like 6 or 8 weeks dealing with this treatment. And you know, it's not really fair to Hans to just leave him home for someone else to have to come take care of him, and he's just sitting around waiting for someone to show up to carry him outside to try to go to the bathroom or clean up after him in the house. Like, it just wasn't fair to Hans to live that way. It wasn't fair for someone else to have to take care of him that way. And we didn't want to wait too much longer and have Kendall go to the hospital with a broken heart as she goes into a major treatment. We just didn't feel like that was the best state of mind for her to go into a treatment like that. So we were like, all right, well, we should probably do it a little bit sooner so we can all recover from it and not have broken hearts dealing with the pain of that as we go into this big treatment. So we wanted clear heads and positive attitudes going into that. So those are a lot of the considerations that kind of played into the timing of putting Hans down, but it didn't make it any easier, that's for sure. It really sucked, and we're gonna miss him a lot.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
You happy to have Hans back?
Yeah. It's in a different box.
Yeah, what do you think?
Wait, did you do this or was it already
No,
there?
I didn't do that. It was already like that. You gonna put him with Moxie?
Yeah, it smells like smoke like it did with Moxie.
Ready? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.